Stupid thing. All right. All right. So for Coffee and Summoner's War, we're gonna go ahead and just get into it. I've been playing Summoner's War for a while now, and I started my own guild when back in the day they didn't have, you know, guilds that just took off. So with Rift Damage, it kind of was my first guild in anything that I really started. Rift Damage was really fun at first, and when half of the crew from the other guild came over, they stuck with me for a long time. So that was pretty awesome. But it's been about 4 years now, as you can see. 2016 September coming up. We're coming up on our 4th year anniversary, and so there's been a lot of tips and tricks that I've learned from, you know, great streamers like Jew Bagel, and then there was Orange LOL that helped me get through TOA, and Claytano was a big help too. He was like the straightforward kind of shoot the narrow path kind of guy. Foxy was kind of cool. I joined him for one of his streams not too long ago, and Island Grown was a little far out there for me, so I'm kind of just your normal Joe player that's just tuned in and still hit the button, you know, every 45 seconds or whatever it is. You've just been hitting that daggone button for a long time now. But, you know, it's one of the best games that I found. So I wanted to start doing Coffee and Summoner's War. We're going to do some monster reviews. We'll do some stages in TOA and TOA Hard. This being my first stream, you know, for Summoner's War, I expect that it'll just come to and either grow or it won't, but I'll just still keep playing and doing some monster reviews here and there. As this video gains a little bit of momentum and movement, just let me know what you guys want to see and what you want to talk about, what we can discuss, and I'll go and try and help you guys as best as I can from there. So with that being said, we do have some pretty good runtime set up already. I've been working at it for a long time. I've been doing challenges for a long time for the guild. I do fun little challenges like let's all try and get four water monsters in a month, or let's try and all save up our scrolls for 6 months. And I've been doing that for a while now. We got off for a little while, but we got back onto it. It's been a lot of fun, you know, doing those things with other people. Right now, Rift Damage has players from around the world, so that's pretty awesome. You know, my guys out in Belgium, and we got guys out in the United Arab Emirates, and then you have people in the Philippines that play, and of course I'm here in Las Vegas. But you know, it's been one heck of a journey to just meet people from around the world, so it's pretty sweet too. I've been playing with the same group of guys now for at least a year, maybe more with some of them. I'd actually be really interested to see how long they've been in the guild for. But Summoner's War has been really good in a sense of they just keep putting time and effort into it. And so the big strategy for them, I feel like they started off with a really strong base and then just kind of kept growing the platform. I think that they pulled some really good triggers, making this as easy as possible for people to get into. and just pick up and play. It's not a cash cow unless you really want to do some of the fun stuff, like, you know, reach the higher ranks and whatnot. In, you know, there's RTA, there's your World League, there's, oh golly, ranks for every dungeon now. There's, you know, all these other things that if you're putting money into the game every week and every month, you can do. But there's no real need to do that. Pretty much everybody I know is free to play. So that's why I really like Summoners Wars. It's a hardcore free to play game, and if you're reading the online reviews about Summoners War 2, you know, there's some people that say like, oh, you know, you gotta put time into it and it's a grind, or else you gotta pay to win. Well, Summoners War's got a lot to it that, you know, if you want to put some money into it, fine, be my guest. But there's really no need to. So, you know, you work on your Giants team, your Dragon team, your Necro team, your TOA team, your TOA hard team. You know, as you can see this month here, we did a little bit of all that. We did TOA hard already. We do TOA normal. We already did the, I forgot to do Giants run for you guys, just to show you what we're up to for Giants. And, you know, it's been one real fun game. There's so many monsters that you can pull and play, and it's just one of those great things that every day it's just, you know, something a little bit more. And they make the power spikes, let's call them, really apparent. So, like, when you first fused Veramos back in the day when you had to, you know, collect all the pieces and it took months to do, you know, then you notice a huge power spike. Also, when you get Bella, your first Light Inuyami, you know, that's a pretty big power spike too. When you fully skill up and you get Spectra and Bernard, that's another power spike. They're super easy monsters to get that you can just do. Beretta, once again, once you fuse him, it's another power spike. So you'll notice these power spikes just give you huge different time differences and time gaps, and it's just little pieces of rewards that you can win, you know, throughout the game to make the game more enjoyable. I'm still working on my world boss, so my world boss ranking right now, well, they just whatever. I've gotten 1 red star. I want to try and fill it up and go for 3. That's why we're working on our water monsters. July is going to be a water monster challenge month, so I'll be throwing that out to the guild here soon. We are looking for people, so if you guys see this afterhand, I posted the guild content. My goal is to have an average monthly points of 10,000. So right now it was at 5, and I'm looking for players that want to jump in and just play daily and just hit the Siege, the Lab, the Guild Wars, all of it. So feel free to, you know, just jump in and hang out with us. I'm going to be doing more of these Coffee and Summoners Wars as we go along. Speaking of coffee, man, I love my morning coffee. Anybody else play Summoners War and drink some coffee in the morning? There's no better way to play. You know, just have a couple cups, do your thing, and jump right in. Oh, we got a guild battle to do while we're talking here. So, Coffee and Summoners War, to jump into some topics, it's going to be informational. You're going to get me, Iron Josh. And we're just going to kind of get into it a little bit every day. So that way, it's going to be more for newer and mid-game players. I feel like end-game players are going to get some fun out of me, but I'll just leave it out there for everybody, you know. It's kind of one of those things where I've been playing for long enough, I'm kind of end game, but this game really has no end to it. I mean, if you're going to sit there and fight for rank 1 every month, go for it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just a daily player who just wants to, you know, kind of host a good time for people and rift damage, you know, and give people some help, but I play for me. That's the big thing, is if you're going to play the game, you got to play for yourself. You can't play because someone else, you know, told you to jump in and you know, this is going to be the best game in the world, because it doesn't happen that way. But, you know, this is a really good game to just jump in for anybody. It's kind of like, I mean, if you're gonna want to do well, you just go through and play it for yourself. There's no point in playing because your best friends play, because you'll never get fun. It won't be enjoyable. It's just one of those things that even if you log in and just do the dailies and just hit the Siege Warrior best, hit the Guild Warrior best, and hit the Labyrinth at your best, it doesn't get much better than that. You know, that's all the game really is. And then as you progress, you know, into like arena fights and getting your towers done, then you start to see, you know, another power spike. Obviously, we're just gonna I don't go for the Rakan. I don't even know this dark guy. He's probably gonna try, but this is a very basic team, obviously, that I'm bringing against, you know, all these 5-stars, and it's still crushing. That's where your runes come into play. The rune management system in this game is one of the best you'll find on the market. So, we'll go over that a little bit. I'll cover a couple things here, what makes this game different, too, and then I'll probably get a little bit more in depth as I get better. Yeah, I mean, doing Guild Wars like this has always been fun. But when you just get your runes that are better than the other team, it just flies. You just hit the auto button, it goes. That auto button is really freaking cool. I mean, a lot of other games took after that and really wanted to implement something where you don't have to be around. And then all the AFK games started coming around, multiple hits on a dungeon. One of the things I do wish Summoners War would hit would be at least 3 rounds in a dungeon and then let me auto-sell, or 5 rounds in a dungeon and let me auto-sell. But we all know that their you know, algorithm is based on your attention to the game, and I think that's where they kind of were smart, even though us players probably, you know, would love a little bit more ease, but they want your eyes fixed on the game. So every 45 seconds or whatever you're looking down at your phone or your iPad, you know, you have to push the button and look at the thing. So that's pretty smart on their behalf. But as you can tell, our guild, we need some hits on this. Oh well, it's a brand new guild battle, so everybody's still sleeping out around the world. So the one big thing about Summoners War that I enjoy is your island. You get to make your own island. And although it's kind of standard where the, you know, extensions go, you get to do whatever you want with it. And I took a lot of time to just sit there and focus on my iron spot, and then kind of played around with what I wanted everything else to go. But I've seen a lot of great islands, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll do a top 10 islands, and we'll vote on that sometime. That's a good idea. I'll actually put that in the sticky notes here so we can remember to do that. We'll make a new sticky note, and we'll make it, whoops, purple for Summoners War. Let's go purple. Alright, Summoners War. Wars. We'll do a top 10 or something like that. We'll give away some money. That'd be kind of cool. Top, whoops, let's not make that bold. Top 10 islands. Money giveaway. Alright, we'll do that. That's a cool one for Summoners War. So, the big thing is getting to be able to pick and move your buildings around your island. I played a few other games and you weren't able to do that. So, you know, once you get a chance to just get in and move some stuff around, it's kind of cool. It gets you little personal touches. And yeah, I think that's a good introduction. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. We're right at the 15-minute mark. You know, I'm going to see you guys more. We're just going to kind of go into the monsters and just start doing this day by day. So I'll probably just start at the 5 stars, or, you know, at the bottom line, and we'll go right through it all. And I'll just make it really fun, and, you know, we'll do the rift damage version of this. And as far as everybody else goes, you know, I can't wait to see you guys in the future. Thanks for stopping by, and this is Iron Josh with Coffee and Summoners War.